Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, many things to mention, something to add on Šeško, Garnacho, Xavi Simons, Hojlund, a new Chelsea signing and more. Let's jump into it today. In football, as in life, not everything happens on the pitch. There are moments of pressure, uncertainty, or times when things just feel off, and having someone to talk to can make a real difference. That's why I want to take a moment to thank BetterHelp for being the paid partner of this video. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that connects you with credentialed therapists completely online. You can talk from wherever you are at a time that works for you. Whether you are dealing with stress, anxiety, or just want someone to talk to, BetterHelp is a great place to start. You simply fill out a short questionnaire and then you will be matched with a therapist that fits your own needs. And if you use my link or visit betterhelp.com/yourlink, you will get 10% of your first month. Mental health matters on and off the field. Here we go. And so guys, many updates as usual on the market. Let me start with the recent news a few minutes before recording this video. Frenkie de Jong announcing that he will sign a new contract at Barcelona. So Frenkie de Jong and Jules Koundé both extending their contract at Barca. That's a really important news for Barcelona, especially for the case of Frenkie de Jong, which was quite urgent for the club. Deco has been on it in the recent weeks to fix everything. And then Jules Koundé will also sign in the next days until June 2030. So good news for Barcelona, good news for Manchester City. I wanted to start from Manchester City because there is an exclusive update and it's on Nico O'Reilly. Because for Nico it's been a strange summer. At some point around the end of June, beginning of July, Manchester City started receiving important proposals. 2 approaches from Premier League, but 2 official bids from the same club in Germany, Bayer Leverkusen. Erik ten Hag indicated Nico O'Reilly as the perfect signing for present and future of the club. Bayer Leverkusen presented really important money on the table to Manchester City for Nico. The answer was no chance. Man City decided to keep the player and also to make the player happy and to make the player feel his importance at the club. After some initial conversations on new contract they had in January, in February, March, now new deal almost agreed between Nico O'Reilly and Manchester City. So agreement imminent, the player is set to sign a new deal at the club, increase the salary, is going to be important, of course, for Manchester City present and future, and also new squad number for Nico. Then guys, more to mention, many questions on the situation of Chelsea. On Chelsea, let me start by saying Jorrel Hato is a done deal. Is a here we go since yesterday. It's not a surprise if you're following my channels, my platforms, and here on YouTube, because I've been telling you that this deal was going to happen. So it was just a matter of time, very, very close at some point. Details, 43 million euros to Ajax, so this is going to be the transfer fee. Also, the player will sign a 7-year contract with an option included till 2033. Everything done for Jorrel Hato, who is traveling today, who is authorized to travel today for the medical test and the contract signing as a new Chelsea player from Ajax. Remember that he's going to play as a centre-back, but also as a left-back. And in that position, left-back, Cucurella stays. Cucurella, at the moment, there is nothing with Al Nassr. And Cucurella will be offered a new contract by Chelsea. So conversations are starting for new deal for Marc Cucurella. Let me maintain my position on Chelsea and Alejandro Garnacho. I'm not changing my mind. I've been telling you for weeks that Chelsea are interested in Garnacho, that Garnacho wants to stay in the Premier League, that despite links with Italian, Saudi and more clubs, also Bayer Leverkusen, the focus of Garnacho is Premier League. Garnacho wants to continue in Premier League and Chelsea are there. Chelsea are interested in Garnacho. Chelsea made some contact to be informed of the situation of the player. Then it's going to be also, obviously, a topic of valuations between Chelsea and Manchester United, but Garnacho remains a strong topic internally at Chelsea. A name being mentioned on a daily basis internally at the club, and Alejandro Garnacho is a serious possibility for Chelsea this summer. This is not something new, but something I want to repeat, because there are many stories on, sometimes people say the concerns on the attitude of Garnacho, or maybe doubts on the price or the salary, or many other things. Chelsea are quite convinced about Garnacho being a good opportunity. Now the point is going to be how much Manchester United want. And also for Chelsea, now in this moment, it's really important to focus also on the outgoings. Marc Guiu can go to Sunderland. Armando Broja has to leave. Raheem Sterling with Fulham and more clubs interested. Joe Félix went to Al Nassr. Nico Jackson could be another player ready to leave. Christopher Nkunku could be on his way out because he remains one of the players available this summer. So Chelsea are focusing on selling players as soon as possible, in this moment of the window. And then attack. Alejandro Garnacho, for sure, remains a target, and Xavi Simons absolutely remains a deal ongoing. As I told you, it's not about official bid, first bid, rejected, this and that. There is a very good relationship between Chelsea and Leipzig. So the two clubs are talking directly, club to club, and the conversation is going very well. Then the same is happening also on player side, work in progress on the contract. Then for Chelsea, it's also important to create some space, so to sell some players, and then to try complete the situation and the deal for Xavi Simons. So Xavi Simons and Garnacho, as I told you last week, and let me repeat again, these are two separate topics at Chelsea. It's not Xavi Simons or Garnacho. Chelsea want Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho. Then we will see if it's going to be possible. We will see what's going to happen in the negotiations. I'm not the one taking care of talks or negotiations, so obviously we have to wait and see what happens. But Chelsea are working on both Xavi Simons and Alejandro Garnacho. This is not an alternative topic, and so keep an eye on this scenario. Also, guys, as always, important to mention the topic of the moment. And this, of course, not only Alexander Isak, you can find everything in the video from yesterday. I keep repeating to you that the player is waiting for Liverpool, that the player wants Liverpool, you know that. But on Benjamin Šeško is really open to joining Manchester United even without European football, even without Champions League football. So Šeško is very open to the conversation with Manchester United. Now the conversation between United and Šeško is entering into details of the project, of the vision, what they want to do. So not only financial details, because Man United are talking to RB Leipzig and Man United are talking to the agent, but also the project. So Man United are entering into details of the vision they have for Benjamin Šeško, and the player is open to the move. Then Benjamin Šeško is also talking to Newcastle, because as I told you, Newcastle are prepared to pay whatever they want. Leipzig and Šeško. Of course, whatever they want, I don't mean that they can pay anything, but what's needed? So the price tag from Leipzig, Newcastle are ready to pay. The salary wanted by Šeško, Newcastle are ready to pay. So if Šeško decides to go to Newcastle, play Champions League football, be the superstar, Šeško in that case would be ready to go because Newcastle are ready to pay. But Šeško is also considering Man United. As I told you yesterday, Šeško is not deciding today, I told you yesterday. He's not deciding tomorrow, I keep repeating now. So it's going to take some days, not too long, but some days for Šeško to decide. Man United feel that the player is open to having this conversation, to discussing about the project, the vision. And so Šeško, Man United is something that is absolutely concrete. That's the point, that's the story as of now. Then guys, on Rasmus Højlund, you remember probably, I did a video a few weeks ago, when we had many rumors on Hojlund. But at the moment, Rasmus Højlund keeps repeating, also after scoring in a friendly game against Bournemouth in the last 24 hours, Hojlund says, I want to stay, I want to fight for my place, I'm staying at Manchester United, I'm ready for the competition, I'm not scared. So this is the position of the player. But this is the position of the player also because I can guarantee to you, till today, end of July, no one from Manchester United, management, director, manager, staff, whoever, no one went and told the player, you have to go, we want to sell you. No one from Man United told Hojlund, you're out of the project. So Hojlund at the moment feels comfortable, wants to stay at United, and wants to fight for the place at Manchester United. Then if Man United will go strong and say, okay, we need to sell, we will see. But at the moment, the situation for Hojlund is that the player wants to stay, and his dream is still to succeed at Manchester United. Then if United will go to the player and say, you have to go, this situation could be different. So let's follow this case, but for sure, Man United are still trying for Benjamin Šeško. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Šeško to Garnacho, Xavi Simons, Højlund, Hato, O'Reilly, but also Koundé, Frenkie de Jong. I wait for your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.